Hi, this is Alice Jamie Pollock. In this video, I will be showing you how to make a truth table using some new mathematical symbols that go with logic. One of them is the implies symbol, which is a single-sided arrow pointing to the right. The other is a biconditional symbol. It's an arrow that goes both ways. That's how you remember it's biconditional. Um, Implies is read out loud, if this, then that. The biconditional is read out loud, if and only if this, then that. And there are different forms and ways that you can read them out loud. You'll see that whenever you read your text. Those are the basic ways we will use. Now we need statements, and I'm going to use my favorite statement for teaching this in class, and that would be, let P be the statement, you are good, and Q be the statement, I buy you candy. Because I always think of a parent in a store, and the parent says, if you are good, then I will buy you candy. And that's what this says. If you are good, then I will buy you candy. Now, the first part of a conditional, what comes before the arrow, is called the antecedent. The second part is the consequent. So in this case, the antecedent is you are good. It's the condition. It's what you must meet. You are good. Now, if you do that, there are certain consequences that will happen. That's how I remember the consequent. If you are good, then I will buy you candy. Antecedent, you are good, and consequent, I will buy you candy. Okay. Let's see. So P implies Q means if you are good, then I will buy you candy. Now when you're filling out this truth table, think of whatever happens, is it the truth or a lie? If it's the truth, it's true. And if you're lying, it would be false. Here's what happens. You are good, I do buy you candy. Well, if I said, if you are good, I will buy you candy, you're good and I buy you candy, I told you the truth. If you are good and I do not buy you candy, so we have P is true and Q is false, then I lied to you. If you're my kid in the store and you were good and I do not buy you candy, you're going to have a little fit and say, look, I was good. You said you'd buy me candy, so that means I lied. Now, here is the hardest one to understand for students. It's actually the definition of bad parenting to me, this one is. Because bad parents are actually logical. Watch this. I say, if you are good, then I will buy you candy. You are a total brat in the store, but I buy you candy. Well, maybe you were a brat, and I walk up to the checkout counter, and the candy's 50% off because it's after a holiday, and so I buy it. When I say, if you are good, then I will buy you candy, the only thing I have to worry about is if you are good, I have to buy you candy. If you're not good, I get to choose whether I want to buy you candy or not, and I'm still not lying. All I said is, if you're good, I will buy you candy. If you are not good, I can buy you candy. Or if you are not good, I cannot buy you candy. I get that choice. So this one right here, whenever you're a bad parent, you say, if you are good, then I will buy you candy. You let that kid be a total brat, so they're not good at all. And you get up to the front and you buy them candy anyway because you're exasperated and you're just like, here, take a candy bar. You are not lying to that kid. All right? Now, when we get to the biconditional, I'll tell you the best parents use the biconditional. It's way better parenting. Okay. So now let's look at the difference between that and Q implies P. Now, if I switch this to Q implies P, now here's what I'm saying. If I buy you candy, then you must be good. If I buy you candy, then you must be good. Now let's look at what happened. Now I'm going to look at Q first. Yes, I bought you candy. Then P. Yes, you were good. I bought you candy and you were good. Then you told me the truth. If I buy you candy, then you will be good. Did I buy you candy? No. And you were not good. Well, you said if I buy you candy, that you would be good. But I didn't buy you any candy. So if I don't buy you the candy, it doesn't mean that you were lying. You just said if I bought you candy that you would be good. When I didn't buy you candy, you could be good or not. It's totally up to you. Again, let's look at the candy. Yes, I bought you candy and you were a brat. If I bought you candy and you were not good, you lied to me. You said if I bought you candy, and I did, then you would be good, and you weren't. Here, if I buy you candy, I didn't buy you candy, then you will be good. You chose not to be good. Well, since I didn't buy you candy, it was your choice whether you wanted to be good or not. So if you were bad, you were telling me the truth. You just said if I buy you candy, watch. When I bought you candy, here's me buying you candy, then you would be good. You were telling me the truth there. When I didn't buy you candy, you were good. You were still telling me the truth. When I didn't buy you candy and you were bad, you were still telling me the truth. The only time you lied is when I bought you that candy and you were not good. Okay? Now let's look at the biconditional. The biconditional is read out loud, if and only if. Now implies is read out loud, if, then. So here, and I can say the if and only if where I want to say it. Sometimes you will say, if and only if you are good, then I will buy you candy. Or I can say, if you are, I will, wait a minute, how would I say that? P, if and only if Q. So I would say, if and only if you are good, I will buy you candy. All right, so let's look at this. If and only if. Now remember, this is the good parents. If and only if you were good, I will buy you candy. You're good, I buy you candy. I'm telling you the truth. You're good, I do not buy you candy. Well, if and only if says, if you're good, I bought you candy, and if I bought you candy, you're good. So whenever I say if and only if you're good, I'll buy you candy, you are good, I did not buy you any candy, that would be false. I lied. All right, if and only if you are good, I will buy you candy. You were not good, I did buy you candy anyway. No, I was telling a lie there. I said if and only if you're good, and you were not good, so I should not have bought you candy. These are the really good parents right here. Remember the if and only if. You were not good, I did not buy you candy. Well, that's what you should have expected. I'm a good parent, and I said if and only if you're good, I'll buy you that candy. When you were a brat running around the store, you got no candy. Right? Now, unlike P implies Q, if P then Q is not the same as if Q then P. Notice they are not the same whenever you look at this column. Whereas if and only if you are good, then I will buy you candy is the same as if and only if I buy you candy, then you will be good. Because notice, if and only if I buy you candy, you will be good. I buy you candy, you're good. I don't buy you candy, but you're good anyway. No, you said if and only if I bought you candy, you would be good. So that would be false. I did buy you candy and you were bad. Well, if and only if I bought you candy, you were going to be good. I bought you the candy and you weren't good. So that was a lie. I didn't buy you any candy and you said, hey, if and only if you bought me candy, I was going to be good. If you didn't buy me candy, I'm not going to be good. Okay, so I know that those take a little bit to sink in, so you might want to stop and work on some homework over those before you look at the rest. Now let's look at what happens if I make this a little longer. It's the same. Now you know everything you need to know. Actually, we're just going to have to do it in pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do to find if Q then not P implies Q and not P. Well, I'm going to find the first piece. To find the first piece, the first thing I need is not P. So let me find not P. If P is true, not P is false. P is true, not P is false. P is false, not P is true. Now that I've found that, let me find this. Q implies not P, which means if Q, if you do this, then I will do that. If you do this, then I will do that. Now don't worry about the fact that it says not P. I always just look at 2 columns at a time and say if this, then that. I'm not even going to look at this column. I don't need it. So I'll say, okay, if this, then that. If you do this, then I will do that. Yes, you did this, and I did not do that. Well, then I lied. If you do this, then I'll do that. You did not do this, and I did not do that, then I told the truth. All right? If you do this, then I'll do that. You did this, and I did that. I told the truth. If you do this, then I'll do that. You did not do this. I did do that, then I told the truth. Because I said if you do this, I'll do that. I didn't say what I'm going to do if you do not do this. Remember? That's that one. Okay? Now, I've got the left. I've got what's on the left. Now I need to get what's on the right. Do I have everything I need? I'm going to need Q, which is here, and I'm going to need not P, which is here. I believe I have everything I need, so let me find Q and not P. Now all I want to look at is Q and the not P. This and this. I no longer want to look at this. I'll just cover it up. Now this says, now remember, this is a conjunction, the and. So now I'm saying I need this and that to happen. I need this and that. This happened, that did not. False. This and this must happen. False, false, false. This and this must happen. This happened and this happened, then yes. This and this, that didn't happen, this did, so that's false. Okay, so now I have what is on the left in blue. I don't know if you can see the colors. I have what's on the left in blue. I have what is on the right in green. Now, and you really can't see those colors, can you? Sorry. This says, if you do this, then I will do that. Notice that implies, says, if this, then that. So let's look. If this, then that. Here's this, here's that. If you do this, you didn't, then I'll do that. If you didn't do this, it doesn't matter if I do that or not. So that would be true. If you do this and you did, then I will do that. I didn't. If you did this and I didn't do that, then I lied. You did this and I did that, true. You did this and I did not do that, false. And what did I just find here? What did I just find? I actually found Q implies not P, implies Q and not P. I just didn't write it in this blank. It would go in this blank, this whole thing. I know this is kind of complicated, but I actually think it's fun. It's very puzzly. The key thing is, when you're doing a logic, a truth table, you should never be thinking of more than two things at a time. That's why I even cover stuff up. I cover stuff up whenever I teach it in class as well. All right, let's look at one more. I know this is going to get a little long. If you feel like you're good, turn this off and start doing the homework. But I just want to show you, it can get really complicated looking, but if you take it in the steps that you should, it's not any harder. We learned two new concepts, implies and a biconditional. If that's it. Everything else, we just do it in little pieces. We already know. So let's look at what I'm doing. This is an if and only if. You see that's connecting those. Notice these brackets. I'm going to want to do what's in those brackets. Well, what do I have to do first? I will need P and Q. So let me find P and Q. Let's look. We've got P and Q right here. I need this and that. This and that have to be true. This and that. Nope, that's true, that's false. This and that have to be true. Nope. This and that have to be true. No. Okay, now let me go to the next one. I'm going to need this. That is P implies Q. If P, then Q. If P, if you P, then I will Q. If this, then that. Now what am I looking at? P and Q. I'm covering that up. I don't even need to look at it. If you do this, then I'll do that. You did this, I did that. True. If you do this, then I'll do that. You did this, I did not do that. False. I lied. If you do this, then I'll do that. You didn't do this, so it doesn't matter if I do that or not. I'm telling the truth. In order for me to lie, you had to do this, and I did not do that. You didn't do this, I didn't do that. I told the truth. Again, that's the bad parenting one. If you are good, then I'll buy you candy. The kid's not good, I can still buy him candy anyway. Because I did not say if you are not good, that I will not buy you candy. That means I have to say if and only if you're good, I'll buy you candy. All right? Now let's look at what else do I need to do for this side? Well, I've got to find this whole thing in brackets. What is in brackets? I have to do P and Q, and Q implies P. Well, notice, this looks crazy complicated, but watch, it's not. I'm going to cover up what I do not need, which is this. Now, here is P and Q right there. Here, oh wait, oh yeah, I need P implies Q. P implies Q. I'm sorry, do you see this? P implies Q. P implies Q, I have it right there. So I need this and that to be true. That's all that says, this and that. True, true, this and that are true, so that's true. False, false, nope. False, true, nope. False, true, nope. The only way this and that are true is if this is true and that is true. And that little thing, it didn't fit right there. That goes in that box. Now I found what's on the left. Now I need to find what's on the right. Remember, we do this in pieces, 2 at a time. I need to find what's on the right. P, now remember, that's the disjunction, or. P or Q. What am I looking at? All I need to look at are P and Q. I need to look at the left and right of that. Don't get bogged down with all this other stuff. Don't even look at it. I need P or Q, so I'm coming back here to P and Q. Either P or Q needs to be true. Either one or both. Remember that if I say, do you have a cat or a dog? If you have a cat and a dog, you say yes, because you have a cat or a dog. You have both. In math, we use an inclusive or. That's what that's called. Okay, so let's look. P or Q. True, true. Then yes, P or Q is true, because they both are. True, false. Yes, P is true. So that's all I needed. I just needed P or Q to be true. False, true. True. Q is true, and I just needed P or Q to be true. False, false. That's false. I needed P or Q to be true, and neither one of them was. Now again, see how hard this looks? There was nothing hard about it. I've done it in 2 little pieces at a time. I'm not finished yet, though, because notice this asks for this, if and only if, that. I found this on the left. Here it is. I found that on the right. I'm going to cover everything up other than what I need. I like the little pieces of paper because it keeps my brain from having to look at all the stuff I don't really need. I should have moved this up for you so you're not bogged down either. Sorry. Let me see. Can I do that? Nope, it's not going to work. Let's just leave it where it is. Sorry, I'm learning all this as I go. Oh, you poor things. I'm sorry. Okay, let's look. I've got this on the left. I've got that on the right. This, if and only if, that. Now we can go back to thinking of the being good and the candy. Let's let this be your good, that be I'll buy you candy. If and only if you are good, this is that, this is the first thing, then I will buy you candy. If and only if, now this is the good parent. You were good, I bought you candy. Then I told the truth. Now what are we finding here? This whole thing, it doesn't fit in my box, but that whole thing goes here. I'm now finding the answer, this whole thing. So if and only if you do this, then I'll do that. You're good, I buy you candy, true. You are bad, I buy you candy anyway, no. I'm a good parent. It's if and only if. If you're bad, you're not getting the candy. So that is false. That would mean I'm lying. Because if I say if and only if you're good, you're getting that candy. If you're good, you're getting the candy. If you're bad, no candy. You're bad, you get candy again. Notice sometimes the same thing just ends up coming out again. That's okay. We just do it again. False, true. You were bad, I gave you candy. No, I lied. Because a good parent uses this one and shouldn't do that. When I say if and only if you're good, I'm giving you candy. When you're not good, you're not getting that candy. All right? Now, you're not good, I do not give you the candy, and that's the way it should go. So that's true. All right, I hope this helps. This is the implies, which is read out loud if then, it's the arrow, and the biconditional, which is the one that's read out loud if and only if. And there's different ways you can read these. You'll see that in your text whenever you're reading about it and when you're doing your homework. I know, look at this. I just want to show you. Does this look complicated? Yes, it really does. You want to impress your friends and family? Show them this and tell them that you understand it. But know that if you're doing it right, you are only looking at 2 columns at a time. If you're ever trying to look at 3 columns at a time, you're not doing this right. Also, remember that when you're doing your homework, write the table down, do it, then go back and enter it, because I know my math lab, when you're entering in the answer, they're going to give you this in red and make you fill out the whole table, and they're going to make you go to the right. And I hate that. I wish they would let you go down so you could do it piece at a time. So you're going to need to do it on your paper, then go back and put it in on my math lab for your homework. All right, I really hope that helped and didn't make you confused. Don't look at the whole thing, it looks confusing. But if you were with me the whole time, you should understand it. All right, good luck on the homework, and I actually hope that this is as fun as I do.